And good evening to everyone. This is Mike at Night. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, we were off last week. We had a rerun. I promised that we will be back on. We are on today. Wonderful time. I was out of the country. We had a wonderful time in St. Lucia. I want to thank all the great people who were so generous and so hospitable in St. Lucia. We're back here now. And we're back here. Actually, I came in a few hours ago, actually, into the island. And here am I with the people I love on the mic at night. Good evening, Maudlin Chase. Good evening to you. Charmaine Boyce. Nice having you. Davika. Good evening. Joy. Nice. Denison McIntyre. Wonderful. Good evening to all of you all. Nice having you all. Yes. We have a very interesting topic this evening that I want you all to be part of. Good evening, Wendy. Remember what we always say every program. Share the life. Share the life. Get on to somebody and tell them to log on. That mic at night is on. We do here, for those of you who are on for the first time, what we try to do here is that we try to educate and inform people on relationship issues. Our aim is to improve the level of relationships that we have with each other. Too many relationships are not working. Too many marriages are breaking up. People are moving from one relationship, dovetail into a next one after the next. And we're saying, let's not do that. Let's get it together, my people. Let's all try as much as possible to get the relationship going. So today we're going to talk about what we call the pursuer and the distancer relationship. What is this? This is when you're having a relationship, somebody who wants and pursues intimacy in the relationship. They want connection, they want to get close and so on. And the other one doesn't feel good with all of this closeness and wants to distance themselves. They don't mind being in the relationship, but they're distancing themselves, they're running from it, etc. That's the pursuer distancer, and many relationships experience that and experiencing conflict. So let's find out some stuff about that. But we'll be right back after this message. Hey, if you are having difficulty in your marriage or in your relationship and you need someone to speak with privately and confidentially, then call me, Michael Stewart. We can do face to face or virtually any part of the world. If your relationship is worth saving, call 868 688 5363 or go to my website www.michaelatstewart.com. Don't wait until it's too late. Get counseling. Oh yes, trust me, people need counseling because sometimes we try to solve our own things and become our own bush doctor. When it comes to relationships, sometimes you do need help. So make sure you give us a call if you are so inclined that we can be able to help you. Good evening, Alison. Nice having you on. Alison and Manuel. Boy, those were some great people I spent some time with over the last couple of days. Nice having you on. All right. Yes. Share the live. Ask people to join us so that we can be part of this discussion. How have you all been? What has been the situation? I see people telling me that they miss me and so on. I feel nice. Yes, I feel good about that. Yes. Good evening, Candice Alexander. Late as usual, but welcome. Yes. Mm-hmm. All right. So somebody said they're looking on the page to tune in, but they're not seeing it. All right, let me just respond to them. Right, right. So it's on my Facebook page, people. For those who are searching it and who writing me on it, so you just click on it. Click on the link, all right, or the poster, right, and you will get it. All right. So Joan is saying, why are the people saying that they're trying to get on and they're not getting on? Just see another person just posted and say that they're trying to get on and they're not. So let's see if we could fix that. They said the invitation, not the invitation. We posted the other link. That is I think is the thumbnail that they call it from label. So let me see if I could help some of these people here. My goodness. All right. So yeah, I guess if I go to the page, so you all just give me a minute there. There must be some way I could copy this. Yep. I think that is okay. I sent it to that person. Okay, all right. So we apologize for that, but I think because I was off for a little while, I think people are getting a little problem in getting the hookup. So let me see if we could help them there with that. All right. So the pursuer distancer type relationship. Let me just give you an explanation of what that is. The pursuer distancer type relationship. You know, in a relationship, in many relationships, you find that there is somebody who wants to emotionally connect with somebody. So I am bringing an article written by Dr. Liran Sorio, right? And so he wrote a book or an article on it that I felt was very, very interesting. Quite interesting article he brought. Anne Marie, good evening. I haven't seen you for a while. Yes. And in it, he says that when people get together in a relationship, they both try to experience a measure of evolving intimacy. The reason why we came together in the first place as man and wife and male, female, is because there is certain intimacy that we are seeking. However, there are some people not available emotionally because they may not know how to be available um, emotionally. Like it or not, there are a number of people who have grown up deficient with emotional connection. They they wear a facade, they wear a strong face because they don't have the emotional connection, either because they don't want to feel it, or they've never felt it, they never had it, or they're afraid because in the past the emotion may have been wrecked, bruised, or damaged. So they don't have that, or they fail to surrender it. But you are in a relationship with somebody who seeks it. That person who's seeking it is called the pursuer. They are pursuing to connect on it from an intimate. They always want to talk love talk. They always want to be engaged in very intimate things that is more than just friendship, more than just a co-worker, more than just a neighbor, a member of the church, and so on. But they want to connect emotionally. But the person that they are doing it is emotionally distant. So you have the pursuer and the distancer. So we're going to talk about what that is going on. And if you check seriously in your own life, at some point you would have had that. You could have had it where both of you are emotionally connected at one time, and then later on, one of you may have disconnected emotionally for some reason or the other. May have been abused. If you found out the person did something, trust issues came up, and you distance yourself emotionally. Having distanced yourself emotionally, one keeps pushing for that emotional connection and the other one keeps running away from it. That obviously must lead to conflict. It must. Unfortunately, there are thousands and millions of relationships where you have the pursuer and the distancer relationship operating. And it's just a matter of time before that relationship peters out and ends, especially if it's a marriage that one decides to leave. But somebody could stay in the relationship, in the marriage, and be emotionally absent in it and frustrate the person who seeks that emotional connection. Are you all with me? Joan, you're finally on. Thank you very much. Glad that you're there. Yes, and I see the numbers climbing. Thank you very much for those of you who have been sharing it. Share it on your page, people. Just click share and share this program on your page. Just do that for me now. Just click share and share it on your page because other people should know it. Good evening, Annette. Welcome on board. Woodbridge, Virginia. Yes, Joan, I see them flowers. They're looking nice, nice, nice. They almost look fake. First, they look bright. You can't think that something could be so healthy and be real. Gladys, good evening. So, um, so because of that, where you have this dynamic that's taking place, the pursuer distance of relationship, most times, traditionally, the pursuer in intimacy and connection, most times, who has it been, male or female? You'll answer that. Who has it been that has been the pursuer and who has been the distancer when it comes to intimacy and connection? Tell me who has been. Let me see if you could work that out. Yes? In the meanwhile, don't forget to press share. Don't forget to press share, people. Do that for me. Do that for me, please. Yes. Let me see who could tell me. Intimacy is wanting this closeness, this connection, and not necessarily sex. But I want to feel you. I want to feel as though we are connected in a very deep spiritual way, almost, for want of a better term. And the other one seeks to evade that, avoid it, and run. Tell me which one of the genders, which one of the sexes, the male or the female, who does it, who wants to pursue intimacy, and who is it that wants the distance? Yeah, looking out for you all. I'm going to give you all a chance to post your response. I'm going to ask them to go to the give us an ad, and then we're going to come right back. I'll post it. I see you all start posting. Go ahead and post, people. Go ahead and post, and I will read it when we come back. We'll be right back. Hey, if you are having difficulty in your marriage or in your relationship and you need someone to speak with privately and confidentially, then call me, Michael Stewart. We can do face to face or virtually any part of the world. If your relationship is worth saving, call 868 688 5363 or go to my website www.michaelstewart.com. Don't wait until it's too late. Get counseling. Okay, so we're back. We're back. Thank you very much. I hope you use the time to share the live with your friends, or just share it on your post on your page. Want to press share, it will show up on your page, and everybody who's on your page will be able to see. Right. So let's see. Charmin says the question that I asked before we went to the break: who is it that pursues intimacy in relationship, and who is mostly the distancer? Well, I see Charmin said the women pursue and sometimes men distance themselves. Okay. Candice says the women pursue. Maudlin said women always want closeness, men usually the ones that draws away. Maudlin says that, Maudlin Pierre. Edwin Tulsi, the male is the pursuer. Good evening to you, Edwin. Gladys Miller, the male wants distance. It is quite interesting that the women are saying that the men are the pursuer. No, the men are the distance and the female are the pursuer. But we have Edwin who comes on and says the male is the pursuer. So I think I need some more male input to know exactly what is going on here. So any of the men who are on, we need you all. Good evening. The answer is everyone is a pursuer and distancer. Oh boy. All right. Woman pursuing, says Joan. All right. Y'all, come on, talk to me. You men, I want to hear you all inside of there. It seems as though all the women generally think that the woman is the pursuer, whereas one man who has given his voice to it says the man is the pursuer. Okay, so let's see if we get that. All right. Joanne Benjamin said, everybody, pursuer, distancer. Joan said, women need the attention. All right. All right. So let me tell you what this doctor said. And if you want, you could Google this whole thing, a pursuer distance relationship. It's a psychology article. Um, so Sydney says he more frequently see the women pursuing intimacy and men distancing. Kern said the sex most interested in the pursuer. The sex most interested in the pursuer, and a lot of times it is males. The one who isn't that much invested pulls away. Women tend to do it a lot as well. Dillian said, I believe it's often the women who pursue the relationship. Bernadette Adams, you come late, but good evening. Nice having you. All right, so according to this goodly doctor, Dr. Leon said that the women have traditionally been the pursuer. They always want to connect. And we're talking about, and I'll explain to you what they mean by that they want to connect. These are the ones who want to express their feelings and so on. And I wanted to get what he referred to here, where they are the ones who tend to ask, you okay? When they see you by yourself, or you're quiet, they are the ones who ask, they sense that something is wrong. Where something may not be wrong, the person is just distancing themselves, or they are to themselves. But the pursuer is the one who goes after to try to find out, to always keep in emotional connection. They always probably need to always engage the partner. And they don't like when the partner is disengaged, because they need that as their sustenance, as their support in the relationship. Right? So therefore, that's what he's saying. So what the goodly doctor is saying, that that leads to a certain measure of anxiety. The person who is a pursuer, listen to what he says. When one partner seeks connection and the other one avoids it, the first partner may pursue even more aggressively. So they will insist on it. They raise it as an issue every so often. They'll want you to talk. They'll want you to spend time with them. They'll want you to do this. They'll want you to do that. They will pursue it more aggressively. And here's what he says. The distancer may respond by pulling away even further. Does that sound familiar to some of you all? So he said it's a vicious cycle, and each partner's behavior triggers the next. The person who's pursuing triggers the one who wants space. And the one who wants space triggers the person who wants intimacy, because they feel abandoned. They feel as though the person is too far removed from them. Yes. So Joan says, on the sexual side, I count the days. Joan says she count the days. All the think people easy out here. Pamela, good evening. Good evening to you. Diane said, the man is a hunter, no two ways. So when it comes to the sexual size, who pursues more for sex? The male or the female? Now, we just said most of the people, and responder says the females pursues intimacy more often. Now, as far as sex is concerned, no intimacy and sex, don't get them tired. Intimacy is closeness, connectivity. I feel as though me and them, as though we in a dance emotionally, that we know each other and we getting along and we understand each other. But when it comes to sex, who pursues sex more and who distances from sex? Hey, do I see all them answers coming in? Candy say men. Charmin say male. Wendy say men. And I think you are right. Gladys say men, males. Oh, let's see all the answers there now. Where all the answers was going before. Davika said male. Annette said male. And you all are right. The male is hardwired and biologically driven, says Dillian. Men they bull. Men they bull. Okay. That's modeling. Oh, Manuelin, sorry. Edwin's a male. All right. So men pursue sex. And sometimes when men pursue sex, women think they're pursuing intimacy. Not necessarily. They may not be pursuing intimacy. They are pursuing a biological urge to fulfill. So there you have it. So that mismatch of the person who wants intimacy. So let me tell you how this could therefore evolve. A man approaches a woman for sex, a biological urge. He comes in, he gets sex. She becomes emotionally attached to the guy and wants to continue and pursue a relationship. She's looking for marriage. She's looking for that kind of connectivity. But he is not disposed emotionally because he came for sex. That is why it's important for us to be able to start looking, first of all, at what the person is coming to the relationship in this marketplace of relationship. What are they seeking to purchase? What is it they're seeking to purchase? Everybody in this marketplace of relationship has a price. They are coming as customers to purchase, and somebody's coming there in order to sell a service or a product. Let me make sure that I explain that properly for you all. In the marketplace of relationship, a man may be trying to purchase from a woman sex. What he is going to give her as his currency is a semblance of intimacy, because in this marketplace, that is what she wants to purchase, intimacy. So as long as that exchange takes place, my currency is intimacy for you, but we are hunters. So that may take place on the evening or the night that we engage. And I'm hoping that once I give you intimacy, you are going to now give back in that barter system. You are going to give back sex. However, along the way, the person who came to purchase intimacy realize that they are not getting intimacy, and they are frustrated because all they are getting is sex. Are you all with me? Let me know if you all following me. I don't want to confuse you all. Yeah? So, the man who came to purchase sex using intimacy realized that he's not getting sex. He gets frustrated. So you'll end up with a pursuer, distancer kind of relationship that frustrates both people. And many times after the relationship has settled down for a couple of years, partners drift aside because one says, I doing all the work and it's as though I want the relationship. them not doing anything for the relationship, so one decides to withdraw. And the other one says, oh gosh, I'm not getting a chance to breathe, as though that I can't be in the relationship naturally. It's as though I'm being forced. And they now become even more distant. Are you all understanding? I hope you all are. Yes? So, those of you who have just joined us now, I hope that you all have fallen in line to be able to understand where we are. We're talking about the pursuer distance of relationship, where somebody pursues for intimacy and the other one is distancing from it. Right. So according to Dr. Leon, he says often the pursuer may have what we call an anxious attachment. That's why they are pursuing so aggressively. Attachment, let me just explain what attachment styles are. Attachment style is the things that took place in our childhood cause us to develop certain personality traits, for want of a better term, how we attach ourselves to our caregivers. So if, for example, that our needs were not being met as a child growing up, we were neglected, we were not given the kind of closeness and embrace and hugs and kisses from parents, we are likely to grow up with an anxiety issue where we're pursuing something that we're not getting. So this anxiety issue well, creates that, but the distancer may be what is called an avoidant attachment style because of conflicts that they may have had in their childhood for one reason or the other, or because of how strict they grew up with their parents, that they try to avoid conflicts. They try to please as much as possible, and in their trying to please and avoid conflict, they become an avoider. They stay away from things that are too sensitive and too emotional, etc. So you have this person who's an anxiety person. This anxiety person now pursues and pursues and pursues. And the distancer continues to distance themselves. But he said, according to him, he says that the mental and physical state produces this negative expectation in the mind of the anxious person, that pursuer. That pursuer is the one who creates in their head that I am not going to getting what I want, or I will never get it. And that may be real or it may be imagined. They almost create an expectation of negative things happening in their life. So they would ask the question, this anxious person, according to the writer, says that they'll ask the person, what's wrong? Now, they have not seen anything wrong, but they'll ask the question, what's wrong? The anxiousness of them would cause that. When somebody falls silent or when somebody is not saying much, they ask, what's wrong? Can you all feel that? Are you all feeling me here? Have you ever experienced that in a relationship where you or somebody you are with would keep asking you what's wrong because silence for them is distancing? Okay, so they ask what's wrong. They want to talk about feelings always. They don't want to talk about surface things, business things. They don't want to talk about life, etc. They want to talk about feelings, how you feel about me, how I feel about you, how I feel when you do me this or when this happens between us. They're very into feelings. It's an anxiety circumstance, and because of that, silence. They chip away that, according to the doctor, they chip away at silence. We must be talking. We can't go for a drive and say nothing. You must say something. If you don't say something, something is wrong. When the distancer probably just wants silence, just want to be calm and just be in their own mind, in their own selves. But the anxious person who is the pursuer can't handle that. Now, though we said that men are the distancer generally in the traditional sense, and women are the pursuer traditionally, dynamics beginning to change. Dynamics are beginning to change. Where you find that sometimes you could have the man because men now seeking a sense of intimacy. But you have now where women are saying, I don't want a man. I don't want to get into a relationship. I've heard people say, women say, I don't want to fall in love with him, but he's my boyfriend. She wants a boyfriend, but she doesn't want to be in love with him, doesn't want to be intimate with him. And you ask the question, why? Because I don't want to be hurt. So she's now becoming the distancer. And the men says, I want somebody who feels for me. I want somebody I could connect to. So the men are now becoming the pursuer. And now we're in two opposite sides of the fence once more. What a thing. No wonder relationships are in such a mess as it is now. All right, people, give me your feedback. Give me your feedback. I see Manuel Lynn says I'm on point. Thank you very much. I hope so. I hope the doctor is also on point. Yeah. Kern said yes, that's right. Mm-hmm. All right. Nice. Good. So this conflict goes to bed with you. The distancer can afford to go to bed and sleep a good night's rest because they are distancing. They are trying to keep their distance. But the pursuer toss and turns all night because they need this thing to solve tonight. They want to talk things through. The pursuer needs to get this thing resolved. Yeah. So you have that where that intimacy is always threatened as far as it is. I wonder if those of you who are on now, if you can identify. Tell me, people, I want you to identify yourself. Are you a pursuer or are you a distancer? Emotionally, intimacy wise, are you a pursuer or are you a distancer? Be honest. Let's be vulnerable and say, Alison says some people just want silence. Absolutely. Who wants chatter all day long? Right? So tell me, are you a distancer or are you a pursuer? Do you pursue intimacy or do you want that solace, distance? Yep. So I look into to see what your answers are. We're going to take a break in just a while and then we're going to give you a chance. Kern said he's a distancer. All right. Not surrender his heart so easy. No, sir. All right. Who's next? Manuelin, distancer. Wow. Okay. Denison loves solitude. Alison loves to pursue. Take that, Alison. Yeah. Gladys says, keep your distance by staying out of a relationship if distance you want. Well, you probably need a touch of both, the distance and the pursuer. Pamela says she's a pursuer. Charmin says she's a pursuer. Manuel said he's both a pursuer and a distancer. Okay, nice. Joy said I mix up sometimes one or the other. All right, nice. Thank you. Wow. Okay. I wonder which one I am. But let me ask my wife. And then if she followed. Which one am I? A distance or a pursuer? Ah, she said I'm a pursuer. My goodness. This is not sexy they're talking about, isn't it? All right, she knows, she knows. All right, but she said I'm a pursuer. Okay. All right. Annette says, I like pursuer, but at times I like this quiet. I like this quiet or quiet. Okay, so Annette is a pursuer at times. That's what she's saying. Wendy Ann Norton says she's a pursuer. Says Cecil Wellington, I pursue. Okay. Well, I hear that I'm a pursuer. I will take that then. All right. So we have most pursuers, I think. Um, so where the distancers? Okay. So here's what they said about distancers. Listen up now. Oh no, when we come back from the break, I tell you what they say about the distancers. Okay. So in the meanwhile, share the live and tell somebody that this message is for them. Let them log on. It's gonna be quite hot. Be right back. Hey, if you are having difficulty in your marriage or in your relationship and you need someone to speak with privately and confidentially, then call me, Michael Stewart. We can do face to face or virtually any part of the world. If your relationship is worth saving, call 868 688 5363 or go to my website www.michaelstewart.com. Don't wait until it's too late. Get counseling. All right, you should get yourself some nice hot tea. You seen that steam coming through there? You seen the steam? Huh? Let me see. You see the steam? Well, look at it, right? Nice hot tea. All right, so we're talking about the pursuer distancer relationship. I hope you have identified which one you are. This is Mike at Night, and that's where we are. So here's what it says. I will read out for you what the goodly doctor said. The distancer operate, how they operate in this relationship. They prefer to take time to think through relationship problems. While the pursuer wants to resolve it immediately, the distancer wants to think about this. They are not rushing this thing. They want to think about it. Also, he says the distancer withdraws within themselves by spending time with other people, friends. So they will come up with an excuse why they need to go out, why they can't see you today. Whereas they would make sure that they absent themselves. They focus on hobbies. So they are going to occupy themselves in doing these things. They go on football, they go on hunting, they go on fishing. And many times they are there fishing is to get away from the intimacy of the relationship. But also the women do that. They go out with their friends, they go shopping, they're always busy on the internet, always doing business work, bringing home work from the office, from the job to do. So while you're in bed waiting on them to come and be intimate, not just sex, but intimate and probably sex, they delay so that you will fall asleep first. Or you tell me I lie. All you women out there, tell me I lie. They try to outrun you by letting you feel tired and fall asleep and then crawl into bed easy, not to wake you up. Yeah. I exposed the AI. See? Pamela said truth. Yeah. Yeah. The distancer. They stay up and they watch TV. I'm watching this movie. When I done finish this movie, I coming in. But they didn't tell you it's a series they're watching. Yeah. Episode after episode. Manuelin said you're so right. Gladys said trouble. Denison, I say I speak in gospel. I should pick up collection now, Denison. Yeah. Pursuers wait until you come home because they have a desire. Yes. All right. So Annette asked me to repeat the question. Annette, I wonder which part of the video you now join on, because I think you've joined at the part where I'm asking people whether it's male or female is the pursuer. And I have a feeling so. Um, because I didn't ask a question a little while, I was just making a statement that the distancer tries to find things to do, occupy themselves. If the distancer is a woman, busy cleaning kitchen and wares, ironing clothes, doing all of that, so that they don't have to deal with becoming intimate before they go to bed. While the man is inside of there, trying hard to stay awake. And but let me tell you, they could outwit you, because they always have justification why they have to do all of this. Joy said you can go wherever, but when you are back, awaiting. Ah, Joy. Yeah, Joy said you could go where you want. Go online with your friends and so on. When you come back here, I am waiting for you. Yes. So this is what the doctor says, that they do that. They focus on hobbies. They give the pursuer the silent treatment. Yes, they give the pursuer silent treatment. They don't say much. They keep quiet, have nothing to say. They can afford to be on a drive and be silent for the whole distance. They could afford to be moving around the house and saying nothing. Distancer. But the distancer is distant because they're emotionally many times disconnected for one reason or the other. We don't have time to go into that this evening, but we could deal with that another time. So he says also that they feel easily overwhelmed by a partner's advances. The more the partner tries to pursue them, the more disgusted they get, the more upset that they get, and they utilize avoidance as a defense, right? They utilize avoidance as a defense, or have greater difficulty talking about their feelings in general. They would not talk feelings talk. Once it comes to feelings talk, they feel very uncomfortable. They feel very intimidated almost. Yeah. Because the feelings talk gets them discomforted for one reason or the other. It is not the reason they need to pursue that, but it's just to tell you that that's what it is. And this is supported by the goodly doctor, right? They may respond with clear rationality and choose not to engage on an emotional level, which means they would just give you a rational talk. So let me tell you, if you ask them, you okay? Yes. So why are you so quiet? I'm tired. Rational. Tired is not it. Because if something comes up that interests that same distancer who is tired, that person finds the energy. So he's not tired. It is a means of being rational with my distance. Or they might say that, what are you thinking about? Nothing. I was just running through the day. But it's not that they're running through the day, they are distancing themselves. It's called headlines. What is called headlines, Anne Marie? Explain that to me. I'm not too sure which part of the discussion you're referring to. It's called headlines. Oh, I think it might be what the distancer does. What the answer and the responses, that's what you're speaking about, Anne Marie? That's what they only give you headlines. Nothing much, just running through my thoughts. Nothing deep, nothing emotional. I think that might be what Anne Marie is referring to as headlines. And if that is so, I think I could agree with that. All right. So they even deny that a relationship problem exists. Okay, yes, Anne Marie agrees that that's what you meant. So the pursuer perceives that something is wrong with the relationship, and the distancer sees nothing is wrong. So what is the problem? You understand? As far as they're concerned, be good, and that's what causes many of the conflicts and the kind of stress that people express and so on. So emotionally, the person remains untouchable. You can't get to their heart. You can't get to their emotion. And as we said, that sometimes it is because the person has been emotionally crushed at some point in their life. May have been a heartbreak from a boyfriend, a girlfriend, may have been an emotionally disconnect from their parents, and that's how they have developed themselves. So Shaman says, why then are they in a relationship? Because they want the relationship. They don't want this emotional business. Now that may sound strange, but those who are distancers on the program, they are not averse to the relationship. And you all tell me, though you distancers, not averse to the relationship, but it's this closeness that the pursuer seeks that makes them uncomfortable and want them always to be talking and always to be being nice and being romantic and so on and holding hands and kissy kissy, etc. They don't like that. They can't handle that. Yeah? This time I want to talk to me and let me know if that is what you all mean. Let me know if I'm on point. Because Charmaine is asking, why in the name of heavens are you in the relationship in the first place if you want distance? Well, because the relationship needs both types. You know, it is the two people always wanting intimacy, always, always, always. You'll have to apply for too many sick days. You can't go to work. You understand me? And if both of them are distancers, you know what that is? Nobody wants to come home. Joy says, my point exactly why. Ah, boy. You see, you could tell you and Charmaine are pursuers. You could tell that. So, Dr. Leon says, let me get his name right again. Loren, Dr. Loren, Loren, said that the people who are in this relationship, distancer and the pursuer, generally have the same arguments all the time. Same arguments. If you check it, it may be just a different day, but the nature of the argument quite similar. I don't feel we connected to each other. Shamashi, she pursues in silence. Yeah. Joy, I'm trying, Joy. All right. So he says that the same arguments day after day, they may fight uselessly over things that come up during the argument instead of addressing the heart of the conflict. Because the distancer would not sit down to discuss exactly what is going on. Because the distancer doesn't want to find out about you and your intimacy needs. And the pursuer pursues it to their own peril because it just drives the person away. And this could go on for years. This can go on for relationships because not every relationship breaks up because of it, because the person values the relationship, but they may not, the distancer may not value the intimacy, but they value the relationship. All right? And he goes on to say, let me just read what's on Facebook first. Joy said that's why we have to spice up the relationship, change your venue at times, spend a night in a nearby hotel. You see? Now you see, joy no thing, joy no romance, joy no intimacy. And what she says there, that they start to talk about sex yet. Don't think because the hotel is it. It is the experience. It is the endearment. It is the time alone. Yes? So you change your venue, you spice up the bedroom, put on a new sheet, put on a blanket, throw some flowers on the bed. You understand? And you just lie down and you talk emotional things, talk personal stuff. You understand? And then whatever happens after that happens. But at least you make the connection. That Denison says sometimes you can't do anything. You can't do anything? Why not, Denison? And at the time of the day, they want to know why their relationship has failed. At the end of the day, they want to know why the relationship failed. Of course, it is. Joy said be creative. But remember, I want to tell you that many of these distances, there were some emotional trauma that may have taken place in their life. They're not doing this on purpose. Um, Earl, who said he's at distance, I said they will still go in the hotel and try to pursue you. Yes. And the distancer will still go in the hotel and distance themselves. Nothing goes on in the hotel. Watch TV on demand, and still nothing goes on. No private talk, no intimate talk, no intimacy, no sex, anything like that. Yeah, you are right, Kern. All right. So, hey, did you all see the time? I'm now seeing it. I'm sorry. Okay, so let me see if I can wrap up fast. So he said that the arguments are usually they fight uselessly. They come up with during the argument instead of addressing the heart of the conflict. Alternatively, he said that pursuing partner may become stymied, become somewhat prevented or stuck by their long-standing efforts to close the gap in their relationship, which means pursue all you want. You ain't getting to know what's on their heart. You're not getting to know what's inside their mind. You're not getting to connect with them. You are wasting your time. Because the pursuer, once the pursuer makes no move, that is it for you. So he says that is where frustration steps in. And he says the frustrated, they may even change their ways and pull back. So the person who used to pursue stops pursuing. They pull back. And in such cases, he says the original distancer can be confused or frightened by their partner's behavior or pulling back. Now remember, the other partner was a distancer. They wanted the distance. They did not want the pursuit. They were frustrated by the pursuit and they became even more distant. But when the pursuer has pursued and stopped, it confuses the distancer. And the distancer now, he said in response, can even switch roles now and attempt to pursue the pursuer who is now a distancer. And they have exchanged roles. You all get that? I hope you all get that. So the dynamic is still existing. It's just different people carrying out the different roles. Frustration still continues. Yes, if you all need help, you all need counseling, you all need help after this program, you all call me. My number is on the screen. 868, even if you're overseas. 688, because we are online and face to face. 5363. Let me go over that again. 868 688 5363 is the number for private and confidential counseling, online or face to face. If you think that this is one of the messages that touch you and is relevant in your life, then let's talk. So let me just wrap up by just reading some of the stuff that are on Facebook over the next couple of minutes. It says, Tommy says, keeping things in is not good. At some point, times when the distancer ready to open up, the pursuer is gone. Well, see, that's what we just said. The role changes because the pursuer stops pursuing after having pursued for so long, and then the distancer now wants to pursue because the distancer was being fed by the pursuit, even though they wanted the distance. Some people are introverts, and you do all you can, and it won't make a difference. Yeah, Heather, Maximum, you're coming late, man. Let me see. Good evening, Veronica, Joseph. Yes. See, Travel Emmanuel, I see you on. Good evening to you. That's if they're willing to talk. Denison say sometimes they're not willing to talk because Travel had said sometimes that talking is so helpful. Yes, if they will, but the distancer is also an avoider. Remember, the pursuer is the anxious type. They suffer from anxiety issues sometimes where um, they keep pursuing and wanting to know that everything is all right. And then the distancer is the avoidant. I don't want to deal with this. I can't deal with this now, etc. Okay. All right. So we're down to the end of the hour. As I said, I apologize for last week. We had a rerun. I was out of the country doing a family live session in St. Lucia. We did a wonderful session there. Let me thank the people in St. Lucia again, the Landswood Church of Christ. We did a family, a marriage, husband and wife. We did it on the Monday. And then we did singles on one of the days, singles only. We had a wonderful time in a hotel. And we did also youth. We brought the young people together. We were back at the hotel again, and we had a wonderful workshop there. And then we had the men. It was really a precious time having to sit down with the men and to chat and to share. And then I think we had another group. We had parents. Yes, we did. Right, so we had a whole week of a wonderful time. So I'm back, and hopefully I'll be around for a good while now, so that we are back on our Thursdays to have the mic at night to help you with your relationship and the issues that you go through. Love you all. See you all, and let me thank again Sidney Jones. I want you to remember that name when it comes to efficiency, when it comes to broadcast. Sidney Jones is the man. And if you're looking to hire somebody or an organization to record and broadcast live your event, I want you see that sign you see on your screen, LAB, that's an upside L also. It's called Label, LABL, Live a Better Life. I want you to call them. I don't have the number here now, but you go on their page. They're on Facebook and they're on YouTube. You can find them and say, listen, I have a broadcast coming up. We have a workshop. We have something coming up. And I want you to do that for me as efficiently and as well as you do the mic at night. Yes? Make sure you do that. Actor Sidney Jones. That's the man. All right, people. Thank you very much. We are down to the end of the broadcast. We'll see you all next week now. Charmaine, good evening. Good night. Sharon Andrews, good evening to you. All of you all. God bless you. Stay safe and stay calm. Hey, if you are having difficulty in your marriage or in your relationship and you need someone to speak with privately and confidentially, then call me, Michael Stewart. We can do face-to-face or virtually any part of the world. If your relationship is worth saving, call 868-688-5363 or go to my website www.michaelatstewart.com. Don't wait until it's too late. Get counseling.